Everybody sit down in your chair. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna learn a lot. So everybody sit down in your chair.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? God, I swear every day is like class time. So it's been a couple of days since I made videos. I wanted to take some time to let things stew before I come back and respond. So let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code PIMPY, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Earlier, I was trying to figure out what do I need to do to make people do the necessary research possible to come out and talk about something. So I made a video making a claim about the exchange rate being a certain amount. And sure enough, a lot of you guys did your own research and came back and said, no, Pimpy, that's not right. So then I responded with this video right here and say, Pimpy made a mistake with the exchange rate. Yeah, right. It was a good trick because a lot of you did learn a lot. And we went over that in the chat room. And so I appreciate that people did pick up on what it was I was trying to do. So let's go back and respond to these questions under this video because there's still a handful of you out there that don't get it. So let's simplify it for you, okay? Admiral says, remember, Iraq applied to the WTO for membership in 2004. They have been in the process for 20 years. Well, they might have been in the process for 20 years. That doesn't mean they were consistently working on the process. They took some long delays. Remember that? But you guys don't have to take my word for it. All you have to do is go over to the WTO website. It tells you exactly the status for Iraq. Current status of WTO accession. If you scroll down here, this is the first step. This is the second step. There's Iraq right there. Memorandum on the foreign trade regime submitted by, that's the step they're at. You don't believe me? Come over here, click this. For each step they complete, it'll turn blue. What's it say right here? The Memorandum of Foreign Trade Regime. That's where they are. Just because they applied in 2004, that doesn't mean they've been non-stop consistently working on this. Because you can go back and read about it. They'll tell you that's not the case. They have not been working on this non-stop. This is where Iraq is in this process. They still have here. They still have here, 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 here to go. So I'll leave the link so you guys can go look for your own. Don't just take my word for it. Do your own research. Stop believing all the hype out there from them other content creators. You can literally go here and see for yourself. Let's say they do delete the zeros, Pimpy, and they tell you the 25,000 dinar would keep its value. Yeah, the 25,000 dinar becomes the same value as the 25 dinar. It's keeping its value. Yeah, it does keep its value. The only thing that changes is the nominal value. I'll take 76 cents. Yes, as long as they don't delete the zeros. The 3 zeros is of the rate, not the currency. Oh my God, what are you not understanding? Maria, what are you not understanding? Seriously, I showed you guys this a million different ways. Deleting of the zeros means a redenomination. What does this say here? The Iraq government is currently weighing the question of changing the currency. Doesn't say exchange rate. What does it say? The currency. And what is a currency? A currency is a medium of exchange for goods and services. In short, it's money in the form of paper and coins, usually issued by the government and generally accepted as the face value as a method of payment. Form of paper. Doesn't say anything in here about the exchange rate. The currency is the paper, the banknote. Changing the currency. Here, I know this is tough for a lot of you because you got a bunch of idiots out there lying to you. Let me show you how you change the value of the dinar without changing the value of its exchange rate against other foreign currencies. See that right there? What does that say? A 25,000 dinar is currently worth 19 US dollars. Do you see that? If you delete the zeros, it'll come off here. as well as the face of the currency. In order for a 25,000 dinar to be equivalent to a 25 dinar, multiply it times 0.76. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that crazy how that works? Look at that, $19. That's what they're talking about. It didn't change the value between the Iraqi dinar and the US dollar. That still equals $19 in value. All they did was remove the zeros off of the currency. Here, let me try it another way so that you understand. We'll use another currency. So if you have the 25,000 dinar, it is equivalent to 59.08 Tanzania dinars. Do you see that? If your 25,000 is reduced down to 25, all you do is move the decimal place over 3 places, which will become 2.4 for the Tanzania dinar. What? How did you do that, Pimpy? That's crazy. See how the value and the exchange rate between other world currencies does not change. The only thing it changed was the Iraqi dinar's nominal value. I just showed you 2 examples, one off the US dollar and then one off the Tanzania dinars. But I guess that's not good enough. Let's try the Swiss franc. 25,000 dinar is equal to 16.9 Swiss francs. If I take my 25, multiply it, now we remove these 3 zeros to be 0.68. What? Isn't that crazy how that works? Pimpy's like magic. Ooh. You see how the value against other world currencies doesn't change. Only the nominal value within Iraq has changed. That's why you move over the 3 zeros, because you're removing them off the face of the currency. A currency is a banknote. What part don't you understand, Maria? Actually, you're wrong. They're talking about the deletion of the zeros in the rate. Good Lord. I already just showed you guys a couple examples. This is in the article. It says the question of changing the currency, which is the banknote. Matter of fact, if they delete the zeros and only go to 0.76, most of us lose money. That is a possibility, and that's why the content creators won't tell you that. They're afraid that you get pissed off, like you guys are mad at me. Like all of a sudden I'm the one writing the rules. They don't want you to attack them. What they'll wait for is when the truth comes out and you see that they're full of shit, they'll just go, oops, gone. They'll disappear. They won't stay on and do more videos defending their stupidity. Nope, that's not going to happen. Azar, I just explained it. Now Chris attempts to explain it right here. Let's hear it. No, you're wrong, and tells me you didn't read or understand the article about the deletion of the zeros program. Keywords you need to read and look up in the dictionary. Remove zeros from the nominal value of the currency note, which I just stated and stated long before. The nominal value is the number of dinar notes. For example, the nominal value of a 25,000 dinar note is 25,000 single dinars. That is the nominal value. Value of the exchange rate are 2 different things. Exactly. I've been saying that now a million years. These articles have been out since 2005 and they all say the same thing. Remove, delete, the lopping, reducing, the removal of the zeros from the nominal value of the currency note. I agree with everything you're saying so far. Zeros represents inflation of pre and post invasion Iraq. Yeah, that's why they're called inflationary dollars. Now, the situation is different and the zeros will be removed off the currency. Actually, Chris, I think you and I are on the same page. Everything you said, I agree with. Pimpy is deleting zeros everywhere, from the rate, the notes, probably even his weight scale at home. Yeah, if it was that simple, man, I'd go for it. The only thing that changes is the nominal rate within the country. So yes, it comes off the currency, which is the banknotes, and it comes off the nominal rate within the country. I just showed you guys different examples against other currencies. The values don't change when you remove the zeros from the nominal value. I'm wondering if we should hold off exchanging and allow time for the rate to float up after revaluation. Well, it's not a revaluation, it's a redenomination, but yeah, the smart thing would be if you absolutely believe that the Iraqi dinar is going to go up in value because of all the things that are taking place, then I would not rush in and exchange it. As a matter of fact, that's probably a really smart move. With all the changes happening over in Iraq, the economy, in my opinion, is just going to get stronger. If you're one of those people who believe that the Iraqi dinar is going to be equivalent to the same exchange rate for the Kuwait dinar, then you should hold on to your dinar. The last video had so many errors in it, it needed reposting. Yeah, my little helper thought they would do a good thing by posting a video. When I came back to ask what happened to it, they said they posted it. So I had to bring it out and finish editing it. At least you guys got a chance to see what kind of crap we got to go through whenever we're putting a video together. There's a lot of editing and work that gets involved in doing that. 25,000 times 0.76. Was that 19? Where are you going with this? How long did it take Vietnam to get into the World Trade Organization? 12 years. 12 years is correct. Right here, Vietnam, 12 years. If you take the zeros off the currency and not change the rate, it does absolutely nothing at all for the country or buying power for the citizens. The country will be the same exact position that it is currently in, broke and poor. Well, the country is not broke nor poor. It's just mismanaged. That's probably a better way to put it. But yeah, you're right. But having said that, that doesn't mean that the exchange rate isn't going to change sometime soon down the line. For the purpose of deleting, lopping, reducing, removing of the zeros to simplify transactions against the Iraqi dinar, that's something different altogether. That's what I've been saying now for a million years. People are confusing the two up. People keep going, if you just delete the zeros, how does that help the Iraqi people? It only simplifies converting one currency for another. That's it. Those content creators out there are confusing you by trying to tell you that the deletion of the zeros, the lopping of the zeros, whatever the hell you want to call it, somehow gives them more purchasing power. No, that's something separate altogether. That's what I've been saying. Don't allow them to combine the two together. That's their stupidity by doing that. I hear daily the lop deal, then the opposite about the zeros. Extreme opposite directions. Yeah, that's because they have no idea the difference between deleting the zeros, lopping the zeros, reducing the zeros, or removing the zeros. They don't realize it's all the same freaking thing. It's a redenomination. Getting to know redenomination, simplifying currency values. PIC friends, have you ever heard of the term redenomination? Most of us are probably still not familiar with the term. Yeah, I would say so. In the Iraqi dinar community, they absolutely are not familiar with this term. Redenomination is a government policy in simplifying currency values without changing the exchange rate. Without changing the exchange rate against other world currencies. An example, 50,000 RP is simplified in writing to 50 RP without changing the exchange rate. And I just showed you how to do it without changing the exchange rate against other world currencies. Here, let me show you another way.
You can't calculate the value of Venezuela's currency by the number of zeros that are added or subtracted. This 100 Bolivar note, equivalent to today's 100 million Bolivar note.
Would they say their 100 Bolivar note will have the same value as their 100 million?
That means 6 zeros will be removed.
6 zeros are being lopped, removed, reduced, deleted from their bank note. What did they say? 100 million Bolivar note will have the same value as a 100 Bolivar note. All they did was delete the zeros. What did they say? Same value. Same value. Also, they're not selling from the auction anymore. The auctions are being used to pay bills and salaries. What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean they're not using the auctions anymore? I just showed you guys the other day the daily auctions still continue to pay the salaries and bills. No, the whole purpose of the currency auction is to help build up their foreign reserve assets. That's why they only send over so much instead of all of it. They make billions in US dollars selling the oil. They only send so many millions to the currency auction window. So if I want to sell my US dollars to Vietnam, they'll pay me in dong, and I can put that to my foreign currency assets, add it up. That's why the reserves are getting so high. Pimmy, get real. There will be no lop. Well, let's hope not. Every lop I've ever seen was done quickly and not publicized. Well, let's put it this way. Before they can even remove the zeros, delete the zeros, lop the zeros, reduce the zeros, they must have the lower denominations already printed. Pimple's investment chat, that has to be the most ridiculous thing I have heard. People at Pimpy's investment chat agree that Pimple's investment chat is ludicrous. I can't see how logistically all these people will have 1,000 turn into 1 million, and most people have far more than that. Yeah, that's a good question. If I cut the American dollar and a half, they would put me in jail. Be a federal crime. Laughing out loud. Yes, for those who don't know, there are crimes against you defacing the US dollar. Why do teachers, professors warn you not to use the Wikipedia? Many colleges and universities, as well as public and private secondary schools, have policies that prohibit students from using Wikipedia as their source for doing research papers, essays, or equivalent assignments. This is because Wikipedia can be edited by anyone at any moment. This comes off Google. Yeah, I agree. When I taught college, I didn't let my students use Wikipedia just because it gets changed around a lot by individuals. Just because the public has access to it and can change whatever they want in Wikipedia. So I agree. So it can't be a trusted site. Not sure what that has to do with the dinar, but we'll run with it. The World Trade Organization needs a rate, not the other way around. What do you mean needs a rate? We need a currency traded on a FOREX, which is not held back from impending the WTO membership. Forget about the WTO. They're going to go hand in hand. I'm pretty sure of it. Pimpy Slay announced today Iraq will go cashless by July. There you go. That's a perfect way to force people to trade in their currency. To me, that signals that they're going to do currency reform by or before then. It's easier to delete the zeros with a fully cashless Iraq. Yeah, Andrew, I agree with that 100%. You know what? If you want to force the people to bring in the currencies that they have for the new currencies, if you want to delete the zeros, this is one way to do it. There is no country doing a LOP and changing the rate. There is no increase in the rate. There is a law loose. Okay. It's incoherent. Yeah. You have to delete the zeros in order to get the lower denominations to be used and the exchange rate to be increased, hopefully. Just pray they don't delete the zeros off the currency notes, issue a lower denomination, then LOP it. And finally, increase the exchange rate. Yeah, if we can get them to increase the exchange rate without removing the zeros, then we're sitting pretty good. This guy is clickbaiting. He can't be that stupid. No, but obviously you are. If you somehow believe that they're going to change the rate and not the currency, that's ridiculous. 917, you're still wrong, Pimpy. You have 5 million dinars. Yep. Remove the zeros, comes to 5,000 dinars. Yep. Multiply it times 132 equals 6,600. Why would you multiply times 132? That doesn't make sense. That's how many dinars you get per dollar. So you wouldn't multiply it times 132. You'd multiply it times the 76 cents. This is where the 76 cents comes from. If you delete the zeros, it's 0.76. The article says that the official cost of $1, so $1 would be equivalent to 132 Iraqi dinars. You see that? So why would you multiply 5,000 times 1.32? You would multiply it times 76 cents. He explained it. I get what Pimpy is saying. At the calculation, the exchange rate is less than it is currently. How does this help the Iraqi people? Just simplifies converting the currency. That's it. This is how I know what's going on. When people keep saying, how does this help the Iraqi people? And why are you mixing the two up? Because you got people out there going, Iraq is going to save the world financial system all by them lonesome. And they're going to have more purchasing power, blah, 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 blah. That's because they're combining the deletion of the zeros with the stronger Iraqi dinar exchange rate. Two different things. Like the gentleman up above who said, do we have to rush in and change our currency? Could we wait? I recommend you wait. If you absolutely, positively believe that the Iraqi dinar is going to be more valuable than the Kuwait dinar, then hold on to it and let the exchange rate go up. But you're going to have to, sooner or later, swap in your old currency for the new currency. That means the ones with the deleted zeros. When they change the exchange rate and it increases in value, that would help the Iraqi people with more purchasing power. Don't confuse the two events, you guys. That's what you're doing. And you're confusing it because you got idiot content creators out there confusing it for you. The deletion of the zeros event is not the same as changing the exchange rate at all. Right now, we're just focused on the banknotes, the currency. It's a redenomination. That's it. Nothing else. So pretty much all these are the same all the way down. The same questions you guys are asking me. So I'm going to give you the link here so you can find out where Iraq is. Current status of WTO accession. You can come down here. That's the first stage. This is the second stage. Where do you see Iraq's name? Right here in the second step. You come over here even. Click this. As they complete each step, they color it blue. What's it say right here? Memorandum on the Foreign Trade Regime. Memorandum on the Foreign Trade Regime. That's where Iraq is. I don't care if they've been doing this for 50 years. That is their status. That's where they are. So don't take my word for it. You can come here and see for yourself. Here, now let me confuse you even more. Just because I get an entertainment out of watching your guys' heads blow up. Look at this. What's on Coinbase? Handle Forex markets. What? One Forex is equivalent to 8.99 IQD? Huh? The current price of Handle Forex is IQD 8.99 per Forex. Well, what are they talking about when they say IQD? Because we know it has different meanings. Da-da-da! They're talking about the Iraqi dinar. What? So I'll let you guys bang your heads off a wall trying to figure this out, because somebody's going to run out there and go, look, this is the exchange rate on the Forex. Forex IQD. Convert Handle Forex to Iraqi dinar. This is the Forex value against the Iraqi dinar. It didn't say US dollar. It says the Forex. I'll let you guys do the research on this one and explain later. But I'll leave the link for you guys to go play with this later on. Anyways, you guys, I know class is over. Don't forget the homework. I gave you guys links to go play with so you guys can go look it up for yourself. Stop letting these content creators think for you. Hell, you guys don't even have to believe me. Go look for yourself. And let's see how many of you guys figure out what the Forex versus IQD on Coinbase stands for. Anyways, you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later. I am out.